Trey, this is the first non-conference game this year that you guys have lost, but still been close throughout the entire way. What needs to be done differently to close out opponents of this caliber?
Yeah, I mean, I think down the stretch we got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. And I mean, with a team like that, who's that talented and skilled and just poised, you can't let them hang around. So we got to extend that lead at the 10-minute mark because they kept cutting it and get cutting into the lead and then eventually took the lead. So if you let them stick around, they're going to be in the game, and they just came out on top. So we gotta put them away when we had a chance.
Trey, you had an ability to get to the basket quite a bit today. Was there something you had seen on film during the week with them, or is that just sort of how the game played out, where you got so many good looks, were you at all surprised that they were never bringing a second guy over?
Yeah, I think just the biggest thing was for us, the guards, to be aggressive because we saw what they were doing to our bigs. When they catch it, they weren't letting them play, so we had to step up and do some things. And I mean, we were moving with pace, so I was able to get over ball screens or on those DHOs and get downhill. And I had shots and then certain reads. So, but I thought overall there's many things that could improve on as well.
Yeah, Trey, big picture, what was the biggest difference for you guys, Auburn game to this game?
I'd say just our competitiveness. I mean, we got out tough against Auburn, and it showed in the second half and then late in the first half. And I think we took the right step forward. Obviously, we didn't get the job done today, but I mean, they're a great team right now, and they got a lot of experienced guys and that have been there for a while and have championship DNA. So I think for us to just learn from this, because I mean it hurts and stings, but there's a lot of good things to take away from it too.
Trey, 25 seconds left, down 2. You shot that 3. What was your thought process in that moment? And looking back, would you shoot it again?
Of course. I mean, I thought it was good, but I mean, not all shots fall. But next opportunity I get, I'm gonna shoot it again and make sure I make it. So I got to keep trusting my work because I work hard for this, and I know I'm gonna be able to make shots. And so next one I get, I'm gonna make sure I knock it down.
Yeah, Trey, Woodson mentioned that after Auburn, he was kind of unsure how you all would respond after that. What do you feel like you guys, I guess you learned about your team in, the past week?
Yeah, I mean, we got fight. I know we got guys that are willing to compete, and we showed it for 40 minutes today. And I think the biggest thing for us is to those kind of games when you're down the stretch, you've got to be the more poised team and make winning plays down the stretch, and they did that. And they were able to make winning plays, and they came out on top. So I think just continuing to get better and learn from each other, because I mean, we're starting 2 freshmen right now, so we're still kind of getting them to come along, and I think they're doing a great job. But we're only going to get better from here on out. So I'm proud of my team.
Yeah, Trey, Mike talked about kind of the defensive intensity kind of lacking maybe down the stretch and maybe fatigue set in. Was that a factor, and what do you kind of think contributed to it?
I mean, no, I think down the stretch it's all about just really honing in what they're trying to do. And I mean, there's many plays I can think of down the stretch where there were some times we messed up assignments. I mean, I got to be able to get through that screen where McCullough, Kevin hits that 3. And that was a big one. Put him up 3, and then obviously the low post catches for Hunter. I mean, you can't guard that. He's going to score that. So I think there's a lot of things where we got to clean up down the stretch because those are the guys that are going to. We got to know that.
Are you a guy that thinks about that, like the night out, like those plays that you have those down in your head already? Is that something you'll think about here in the next couple of hours? Or is it tough to kind of turn the page towards something?
I mean, it is. We're going to watch the film and learn from it. But I mean, the great thing is we had another opportunity Tuesday to bounce back. So we got to learn from this. Like I said, it stings, but we got to learn from it and then bounce back and win our next game Tuesday.
Trey, you guys shot 33% from the field in the second half. What did Kansas change or do differently to take you guys out of your offense?
You could tell they were more urgent in their defense, and they were kind of really just more focused and were in a stance and kind of doing more things to disrupt us, maybe trapping the handoffs and doing certain things to kind of take us out of our rhythm. But I think we just got to find ways to keep flowing in the second half and keep playing our game. We can't let them affect what we do if they change up certain stuff. So I think for us, just to really lock in on our game plan and stick with it.
Yeah, Kalel played 39 minutes. You played 38. Gabe 37. How much was fatigue a factor for the last 5 minutes?
I mean, you could say that, but I mean, we can't really focus on that because I mean, their starting five is playing a lot of minutes as well, and they had a lot of guys playing down the stretch with foul trouble, but they start playing and they play a lot of minutes. So I think just having our bench be ready when their name's called is going to be huge for us too, because it's not going to always be my night or someone else's night. It's going to be someone else to step up too. So we're going to have guys that are going to step up in big time moments.